Hello, everyone. Welcome to the News Browse News broadcast. UPI reports that global oil prices plummeted sharply, with Brent crude falling below 100.6 and American crude to $92 a barrel, while financial markets rallied on Wednesday. This dramatic shift came after U.S. President Donald Trump announced a pause in a military operation aimed at reopening the Hormuz Strait to commercial shipping. The pause is intended to create an opportunity for advanced peace talks with Iran to achieve a complete and final deal. Despite the fall in crude prices, U.S. gas prices paradoxically jumped 5 cents a gallon to their highest level since the war began on February 28th. AAA figures show national averages of $4.54 for petrol and $5.67 for diesel, significantly higher than pre-war levels, attributed to the typical lag in fuel price adjustments. White House officials believe a 14-point memorandum of understanding could break the deadlock. Iran confirmed receipt of the proposal and is evaluating it, with a response expected within 2 days. However, Trump expressed ambivalence, threatening to resume military action if a deal is not reached. Investor confidence was also bolstered by signs of a muted wider economic impact from the conflict, as indicated by new U.S. economic data. A devastating explosion at a fireworks factory in Changsha, China, has resulted in at least 26 fatalities and 61 injuries, as reported by Global News. The blast, which occurred on Monday afternoon, has forced the factory to cease all manufacturing operations. The incident left the factory site in ruins, with blown-out walls and a collapsed roof, trapping individuals and posing risks from further explosions. Authorities have evacuated nearby residents due to the potential danger from adjacent black powder warehouses. The factory's operator has been detained, and an investigation into the cause of the accident is underway. The local government has expressed deep remorse and condolences to the victims and their families. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi met with his Chinese counterpart Wang Yi in Beijing, a move underscoring China's significant stake in the ongoing U.S. Iran war and its potential to influence the conflict's direction. Analysts believe that shared interests between the U.S. and China in reopening the Strait of Hormuz, vital for global trade and energy, could pave the way for peace. Wang Yi emphasized the need for a comprehensive ceasefire and continued negotiations. The visit precedes a meeting between U.S. President Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping. China, while criticizing U.S. and Israeli actions as illegitimate, has also resisted U.S. pressure over its economic ties with Tehran, seeking to maintain Iran as a regional counterweight to U.S. influence. Iran, heavily reliant on China for economic support due to U.S. sanctions, is likely seeking diplomatic backing from Beijing, particularly at the UN. The coming days are seen as critical, with a UN resolution drafted that aims to secure passage through the Strait of Hormuz, a proposal that has been revised to gain Russian and Chinese support. This situation presents a significant diplomatic opportunity for China. Saudi Arabia has announced a significant rise in its budget deficit, reaching 33.25 bns in the first quarter of the year, according to Al Jazeera. This marks a substantial increase compared to the same period last year and is driven by a combination of increased government spending and a reduction in oil revenues. Government expenditures rose by 20% year-on-year, while oil revenues saw a 3% decrease. The widening deficit deviates from the kingdom's initial projections of a 17 bnw deficit for the entire year. Economic resources experienced the largest increase in government spending, with notable rises also in military, infrastructure, and transport sectors. Although non-oil revenues saw a modest 2% increase, it was not enough to offset the decline in commodity sales. The disruption to maritime traffic in the Strait of Hormuz, a critical waterway for global fuel supplies, has impacted Saudi Arabia's key revenue stream, despite efforts to reroute exports. The Kilauea volcano in Hawaii experienced its 46th eruption of 2026 on Tuesday, producing dramatic displays of lava as captured by USGS cameras near the West Halema-Umo'o crater. This latest event lasted approximately 9 hours, with minor earthquake activity reported. Strong winds of 11 to 16 miles per hour, with gusts up to 22 miles per hour, led to concerns about tephra and ashfall spreading across nearby communities and highways. The United States Geological Survey confirmed that tephra up to 6 inches in size was observed falling on Highway 11 within Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, with fine ash and Pella's hair reported as far as Mountain View. This eruption follows a similar event just 4 weeks prior, which sent lava flows downslope and prompted temporary closures of the national park. The Kilauea volcano, a highly active site, continues to be a significant geological phenomenon. This report is from Daily Express, U.S. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.